He fought the Soviets as a Finn. Fought with Germans in World War II. Fought in Vietnam as an American. Lauri Törni. Larry Thorne. Few men have served in more uniforms. Fewer still left such a complicated legacy. Scene, Vietnam, October 18, 1965. An outdated South Vietnamese H-34 helicopter skirts the rugged terrain of Phuoc Sun District. Its magnesium skin makes it a flying fire trap. The helicopter vanishes. No one finds it for over 30 years. When the wreckage is finally discovered, it's clear the aircraft struck a mountainside while flying nap of the earth. Among the remains, an American officer, a Special Forces team leader. His name? Captain Larry Thorne. But that was just one of his names. Before the Stars and Stripes, he served under a swastika. And before that, under the Blue Cross of Finland. His real name was Lauri Törni. Born May 28, 1919, in Viipuri, Finland. Just 2 years after Finland broke from the crumbling Russian Empire. Viipuri sat dangerously close to the Soviet border. Conflict was never far. At 19, Lauri joins the Finnish 4th Independent Jaeger Infantry Battalion. Not ordinary infantry. These were CISI troops trained in sabotage, deep recon, and guerrilla warfare. In 1939, his training is put to the test. The Soviet Union invades. The Winter War begins. Lauri is posted near Rovaniemi. His battalion protects the critical Leningrad-Kirov railway. As Soviet troops advance, Lauri's unit defends Lake Ladoga. Soviet tanks roll in green and exposed against the snow. Soviet troops ill-equipped for winter struggle. Lauri performs a daring mission. He skis past enemy lines to re-establish contact with command. Then returns to rally a Swedish-speaking unit. He doesn't speak Swedish. But fists, shouting, and grit get them back into the fight. For his bravery, Lauri is promoted to second lieutenant. But the war is short. Finland is outmatched. In 100 days, they surrender 11% of their land. In 1941, Finland allies with Nazi Germany against the Soviets. Lauri trains with the Waffen-SS in Austria. He swears an oath to Hitler, but his goal is tactical knowledge. When Germany launches Operation Barbarossa, Lauri returns to Finland. Now commanding captured Soviet tanks. He leads raids deep into enemy lines. Fights hand-to-hand. Trains his men to memorize intel, because few may survive. He's awarded the Mannerheim Cross, Finland's highest honor. But by 1944, the Soviets return with force. Finland surrenders again. Lauri is demobilized. But not finished. Lauri joins a Finnish resistance group preparing for Soviet occupation. He escapes Finland under a fake name. Travels to Germany. Boards a U-boat. Joins what's left of the German army. Leads men to fight the Soviets, but Germany is falling apart. As Berlin burns, Lauri leads his unit westward. They surrender to the British at Lubeck. Safe for now. But Lauri is eventually arrested. Tried in Finland. Convicted of treason. He serves time in prison. Pardoned in 1948. But Finland is no longer home. Lauri is arrested in Finland for joining the German military. He's convicted of treason and sentenced to 6 years in prison. Still, he tries to escape, once with a homemade grappling hook. He's pardoned in 1948. But he has no future in Finland. In 1949, he flees to Sweden. Then to Venezuela. Then to America. In 1950, Lauri jumps ship near Alabama. He swims ashore and starts a new life. Odd jobs. Construction. Cleaning. In 1953, he's granted U.S. residency. By 1954, he enlists in the U.S. Army. He becomes Larry Thorne. His military past resurfaces. But instead of punishment, he's admired. he rises through the ranks quickly. By 1960, he's a captain in the Green Berets. Larry teaches mountaineering, survival, and guerrilla tactics. He serves in Iran, then in Vietnam. He trains native forces to resist the Viet Cong. At Tin Bien, his base is nearly overrun. But Larry holds the line. He earns 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star. He becomes the model for Captain Steve Corney in the Green Berets novel. But Larry isn't finished. He volunteers for another tour. Assigned to a MACV-SOG, he leads deep reconnaissance along the Ho Chi Minh Trail. On October 18, 1965, his helicopter disappears into the jungle. He is listed as missing in action. For decades, his fate remains a mystery. The crash site is found nearly 30 years later. Among the wreckage, his body is identified. Larry Thorne is posthumously promoted to major. Awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. In 2003, his remains are buried at Arlington National Cemetery. His name is carved into the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. But his story spans continents, ideologies, and eras.